Hello everyone, welcome back to the workshop. So in this video we are going to be taking a look at forging a copper Santa ornament blank and a copper gnome ornament blank in this video. So the very first step in this process is for the Santa. We will be defining, we define the area or the brim of the hat of the Santa. You can do this in any way, shape, or form that you choose or that you see fit. But we have to define where the hat is going to be. So I define the brim with a simple chisel. This could be a cold chisel or a hot chisel, as you're seeing in this video. And then I like to define also where the top little ball is, a little fuzzy ball at the top of the Santa hat's going to be. After that, we go to texturing. We're going to texture the Santa beard itself, and we're going to do that with a cross peen. Now we need to do the texturing of the Santa beard first before we put the nose and mustache over it. And the reason for that being is we want that to run all the way up underneath there, and we don't want any hollow spots underneath or blank spots that we can't get back in with the hammer at a later date, because we're going to cover it up with a mustache. So after we've done that, we are going to go ahead and texture out. The mustache as well. And so it's going to be the same process that we've done with the beard, just using a cross peen hammer. Now, if you'll notice in the video, I did use a chisel to kind of make some segmentations of where the beard lines, kind of like make some individual areas where the beard's kind of growing, to give it that impression that it's growing at different lengths. And I find that that helps sell it just a little bit better, in my own opinion. So I will do that also for the mustache as well, to kind of give some division or breaking up so it doesn't look like one solid texture. So now we put it on the piece and we lay out where our eyeballs are going to go. Now you want to kind of just line things up and see how far up you want your mustache to be, to the left, to the right, find the center. And that will dictate where you want to put your eyes in. And I just did a simple center punch mark for the eyes, so Santa on my end has some beady little eyes. Of course, if you have more elaborate tooling, you can do an eyeball punch and do some pupils. You do all sorts of cool stuff, depending on what you have available to you in your own shop. From there, we're going to mark out the hole locations with a center punch mark for the nose. That will be drilled. This is a 1/4 inch rivet by 3/4 inch long. The 3/4 inch long is just a hair big, but it's what I could get in copper, to be able to supply. So later on in the future, I may be able to find them a 1/2 inch long, which is about the right length that you need for this. So 3/4 is just a touch long, so you may want to file that rivet down a little bit before you actually go and rivet this guy up. But at any rate, we will drill the hole through the Santa, drill the hole through the actual mustache, and then we will mount the rivet through, and we will upset the back of the Santa. We will put the bald end for the nose, and then for the flat end or the shank of the rivet, that's going to go on the back side and be peened down. The way that we support this front rivet is by putting it in a swedge tool, or basically a rivet bucking tool. We do sell these also at our website. They're fairly economical and cheap. They're just a quick thing, or you can make them yourself with, if you have a ball peen hammer around and a mallet, you could whale that into a flat bit of material and create a depression like that to support your rivet head. I do have full tutorials online how to do those. So that supports the nose, so the nose doesn't flatten out, and it keeps it that nice round button nose on it. So after that, obviously there's going to be a hole drilled in it, and you're going to do some finish work. For these, I just lightly sand them. I touch them up with some sandpaper to just give it the highs, and then I coat it with paint. Just some clear Rust-Oleum enamel, or really any crystal clear enamel finish that gives it a little bit of a gloss, gives it that kind of premium feel. So next on, we have the gnome. The gnome is going to be a lot of the same process. In this particular case, I outlined where the head was going to be, at the rim of the hat was going to be, just like before with a chisel. And then I use a center punch mark to define the brim of the hat, if you will. Just kind of give it some decoration, you know, those could be just little studs or who knows what, you know, little puffy balls on there at the rim of the gnome of the hat. And then I actually chiseled in where the feet's going to be. Now, you don't have to do this step if you're going to keep the beard flat. If you're going to dome the beard or give the beard little flicks or curls or movement, then it will show underneath, and so it's nice to have a little interest. So just for the sake of the video, I went ahead and chiseled in where the gnome's feet would be. But after that, it's going to be the same process. We're going to drill a hole that we're going to run our ribbon lanyard through that it'll hang from our Christmas tree, right? I texture the hat area up a little bit, hit it up with the highs, and again, we rivet down the nose. We rivet the nose, you know, put it through, rivet the nose and the beard on. Of course, the beard is going to be textured with a cross-peen hammer. Now, some variants and some things that you can do to these. You could add lips to these. You could put little lines or little holes. You can make mouths, you know, forge out ears. You can do so much with these. It's really one of those projects where you can go as creative and be as wild as you'd like with it, or as subdued and plain as you'd like. It all depends on the time that you have. But anyways, I think the copper with those subdued colors of just being forged with the highlights on them really give them like a richness and you know, a premium feel. So we do also offer these in stainless steel, and they're copper and mild steel. So if you're interested, again, go check out our website. It's over at www.blacksmithingblanks.com, and you can be sure to find that down in the description down below, as well as any additional information around making these or tutorials. That'll all be linked up in the description. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you to the channel members that make this content possible. God bless each and every last one of you, and hope you have a Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays.